Southeast Missouri State, now undefeated against FCS teams this year. A big win over Nichols in their home opener. They'll be at home. They're going to host Central Arkansas this week, who is coming off a road win against Idaho State. So, Coach, thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, just excited about how we played in our home opener. We had a pretty emotional weekend at SIU, and sometimes when that happens, you have a dip. But I was proud of how our guys came out and played, and we have a tremendous amount of respect for Nichols. They're a blue blood program. They are, have had a lot of success, and feel good about that win for sure.
And questions, we'll start first with Tom. Tom, go ahead for Coach Tuke.
Hey, Coach, thanks for your time today. You have a defensive back, a young defensive back named Eric Ivory Jr, who has gotten off to a really good start. He's not even listed on your depth chart this week, which I know Ray Smith plays a lot of guys and all that. But talk to me a little bit about Eric Ivory and why has he been able to contribute productively so quickly?
Well, every one of our DBs we recruit have the ability to play, but not everybody catches on the scheme as quick as Ivory. He really has a tremendous football IQ. And so he's been able to get himself in position to help the football team early. Obviously, with a freshman playing, it's a sign of our lack of depth there a little bit with the injuries. And that's probably my biggest concern of the football team. We have 8 starters not practicing today. And so it's a good opportunity, though, for guys like Eric. And we didn't really know what he would be like. He got a lot more reps Saturday than he has in a long time, and really showed up and did a nice job and has helped provided some depth for this football team there.
Gagne is banged up right now, isn't he? Because
Yes.
he got limited snaps, didn't he?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out. Okay. Christian Furman. I asked Bryce Norman about Christian Furman the other day. He's another guy that's made a quick transition to SEMO. Why has he been able to be so effective so quickly at this level? Because obviously he had never played Division I before, and he's come in and he's making plays all over the place.
Yeah, happy for him. I think it's just his preparation. Of course, he's talented and has good instincts and all these things, but he works at his craft really hard. He studies, all those linebackers do, and has able to get himself in position. The first game, he was really upset about how he played and all those type of things, and it takes a while. It takes kind of about 3 games to hit your stride there, and he seems to be hitting his.
I hesitate to ask this. I feel a little uncomfortable asking this, so brace yourself. But Zach Hall, after his sophomore year, had 115 tackles. Bryce Norman already has 90, and he's got 8 games left in his sophomore year. Is it unfair to compare Zach Hall and Bryce Norman, or are those two guys on the same kind of trajectory here?
Yeah, I think it's like children. I just think you got to try not to compare because they're just both uniquely separate. But when you talk about, just their ability to be so productive, I think that's the thing that they're similar in. And it's been fun to watch Bryce play and have all this success. He's worked hard, and I know he was a little bit out of shape because it's the first game that he played the whole game. The other 2 games he only got a half in, so got to continue to stay healthy. And one thing that's different is Zach was a tremendous vocal leader, and Bryce is more of a lead by example guy still, and we got to continue to develop that within him.
All right, I'm good. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Tom. We go Jake from WSIL. Go ahead, Jake.
How's it going, Coach? How are you?
I'm well.
I know when we spoke on Saturday, one thing we didn't really touch on was Paxton's play. And, now he leads the conference in total yards per game. He's got an 8-2 touchdown interception ratio. what's its, I guess, his acquisition to the team? Obviously, we've heard about the letter that his mother wrote. What has he been like to be around?
I mean, he's just a real fun guy. He's got relationships with everybody on the team. Really, really good teammate. I mean, he's fabulous to be around. I think he's playing at a really high level, and we're still trying to figure him out and figure out how to coach him, because he's unique with his skill sets, both running and passing. And, I did think he was a little greedy a couple times, and just reminded him, that pigs get slaughtered. So make sure you take what they give you, don't press, and certainly against a team like Central Arkansas, who's good enough to make you pay, that we don't have any unforced errors there.
What do you think could be the difference between a Nicholls State defense and a Central Arkansas defense? Are they similar on tape, or are they any different?
They're both unique. The schemes are unique. The players are unique. I just have such a tremendous respect for Central Arkansas. Hell, I looked up on the roster, the head coach got a better beard than I have. So I'm really concerned now. But they have a lot of transfers that kind of hit their stride. Like, this is a really, really confident team coming in Saturday. The quarterback's as good as any, but it takes you a while to get going, and it kind of has. He hit his stride, and a lot of those guys. And so we're kind of getting a red hot Central Arkansas team. And so it's going to be just a tremendous test, but fun, right? It's family weekend. We got great weather. We got an unbelievable opponent. This is what I want. I think both teams are playoff type teams, and to get to do that at home is another great thing.
When we spoke last, you kind of mentioned the mountain of trying to climb it and how it gets harder every single time you try to take that next step. What have you told your team this week about trying to advance on that mountain?
Well, just don't look at the top of the mountain, because looking at the top of the mountain doesn't help you get to the top of the mountain. Look at right foot, left foot will get you there. And so we got to keep the focus on the Red Hawks, not on the Bears. There are still things that we need to try and get better. And most teams don't get better week 4 to 5 and those type of things, but we got to fight that. And we have to, because once you're playing at a decent level, it's kind of hard to get better. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and but there's still a lot there that I think this team can improve on. We just gotta get there, and it's tough, with the injuries that we have. This is going to be a challenge. Like, this is, a really stressful week when you're trying to get a lot of newcomers, freshmen and all those type of guys that are going to have to play significant roles for you.
First 2 games, Geno kind of quiet. Then he breaks out with a 3-touchdown performance on Saturday. Do you think more teams are keying in on him, or did he just have, is his time just coming to get into the end zone?
I think it's his time's coming, and he's such a good player. Both of those are passes, and that's something we've developed. He has developed the skill set. He could catch a baby that was 6 inches from him when he first got here. And so he's developed his skill sets to catch the football, and Paxton was able to get him the ball several times.
And then just moving forward, what are you looking at? I know you mentioned family weekend. How much different does family weekend factor into the home atmosphere compared to maybe a normal weekend?
That's usually one of our top attended games. And so it's nice, and just got a lot of momentum going with how we started the season, and we got this stadium project, and we just got a lot of momentum going that we want to keep going.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet, Jake.
Anybody else for Coach? All right, Coach. Thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck this weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, Kyle. Thank you.